Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Karma64. How you guys doing today? And I'm back with another video. And for today's video, I'm going to be doing a review on the Disney XD original and their one and only original movie that they made. And that is called Skyrunners. So apparently, this movie came out way back in 2009. So it came out in late 2009, I believe, in September. So yeah, so apparently this movie was pretty much DisneyXD's attempt to make original movies. I think their first attempt to make an original movie, and so far basically became the only one. So yeah, so the plot of the movie is that two boys, Tyler and Nick, basically, Nick is 18 years old and Tyler is 14. So, and what happens in the movie is these two boys, they came home, they were going home, I think they were partying something, or they were from a beach or something. It's been a while since I've seen this movie, but funny enough, I actually do remember certain things that happened in this movie. So they were coming home one night, and apparently a spaceship crash landed, landed right in front of them. And apparently they found out that no one's inside and that it's an empty spaceship, and that they're thinking that maybe they could use it and keep it for their own and such. So basically they bring the spaceship back with them, and apparently the spaceship basically, I think, gives them like powers such, and they're able to do some such stuff with it. So yeah, and I guess they find out later on that aliens are invading, and what this guy who is basically, I think, like some kind of security or detective or something, who works with some kind of agency. Apparently he's actually snooping around trying to find information and such, and later on it's actually revealed that he's actually an alien, and that he and his alien species have come to Earth to try to conquer the Earth. And apparently later on in the film, Tyler gets captured, and Nick has to go go and save him. And later on, when he goes to save him, they're inside the alien lair. They see the group of aliens, and they manage to use like some type of bomb or something to blow up all the aliens, destroy them. Because earlier in the film, Tyler, he saw a message from the alien spaceship saying that something stuff happening to the Earth. I think it's the aliens or something. I think it was, from what I remember, it just kind of shows natural disasters, and that's about it. But I think it's kind of clearly just showing what the aliens are doing or something. So yeah, and back to when after they used that bomb to destroy the aliens, what happened next is that kind of Nick and Tyler, they basically get in the spaceship. They try to escape. And apparently one of the alien survivors chases after them, but they manage to defeat him. And apparently, near the end of the film, Nick and Tyler show up for I think graduation or some kind of science fair project, and Nick wanted to pass the spaceship off as a science project, in which he does, and he gets an A. And I think both Nick and Tyler end up going with the girls that they like. Yeah. And near the end of the movie, we actually find out that the aliens are actually survived, and apparently 4 of them. And all 4 of them are actually played by the same actor. I'm the same person. They spot Nick and Tyler, alone in the forest, hanging out, and Tyler kind of put some kind of speakers inside the alien spaceship. I forgot to mention that. And apparently aliens are watching them, saying thinking about when their next plane to strike. And yeah, one of them is no, not yet. And they're talking about how they think they're safe, and if they defeat all of us, and then they say they're gonna realize how wrong they are. And that pretty much it. The movie pretty much kind of leaves off on a cliffhanger. So this movie basically came out pretty much over a decade ago now, and in 2029, this movie is basically going to be 20 years old at this point. You know? Wait, hold on. Let me see what year this movie came out. I know it's 2009, but I got my tablet here, right here. So yeah, it came out on November 27th, 2009. Wow. Now I actually do remember seeing this movie on on DisneyXD because I was in high school when this movie came out. Also long ago, November 27th, 2009. Yeah. When I first heard about the movie, I was looking forward to it. I thought it was going to be fun and awesome. And when I saw the movie, I actually liked it. I thought it was awesome. I did like the characters. The story was pretty great. Unfortunately, it sucks that we never got like any type of follow up to the movie. Not even a sequel or something, or not even a TV series. But that does get me wonder. Like, I have a theory. Like, was this movie originally planned to have a sequel, or was it planned to have like a leading TV series, or was this planned to be like a movie franchise leading to a TV series, or what else? Or be leading to something that I don't know. I mean, yeah, but it's just kind of a bummer that this movie just kind of came and went, and like this looked like it did have potential to be something. Like, we could have got like a movie franchise or a TV or like a leading TV series or whatever. I mean, yeah, because so I do have a theory that maybe this movie was planned to like have like a sequel, or like was like a backdoor pilot for a TV series, or was it gonna lead into an actual TV series or movie, or be like have like multiple movies like some other Disney Channel original movies did, like the Xenon movies, and I think the How to Rock films, no, Camp Rock, I think it was called, High School Musical, Halloween Town, and a couple others. Was Skyrunners originally planned to be like a franchise? We don't know. But it is kind of bummer that this movie pretty much leaves off in a cliffhanger, because the aliens are still alive, and and they're planning to go after Nick and Tyler to get revenge on them, and they're probably still going to try to take over the Earth. So it is kind of a bummer that we never got a follow-up or a continuation or a sequel or conclusion to Skyrunners, because it is kind of a bummer, really. It's like, but I also think, like, was this just that this was probably DisneyXD's first original attempt to make live action movies, but unfortunately Skyrunners ended up being the only one. So was DisneyXD planning to make more original movies, or did it feel like that? No, Disney Channel's kind of got that going on. Disney Channel's been doing that for a long time, since the 90s, so they figured that if we did it, it probably would be somewhat redundant, or it'll probably cost too much for us. We don't really know. But it is kind of a bummer. Hey, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. My dad just walked in, so I had to cut off for a second. But yeah, back to what I was saying. It's a real bummer, Skyrunners could have maybe gone on to be like maybe a successful franchise, movie franchise, like DisneyXD's movie franchise, like our Xenon, Halloween Town, and I think a couple others were like Johnny Tsunami, even though that had 2 films, So it's kind of a real bummer that we never got a conclusion, alright, into, cliffhangers kind of suck, honestly, because, it makes you wonder, like, oh, but what's gonna happen next, At least, like, they should at least, like, conclude the story of, Nick and Tyler just destroyed all the aliens, and then they keep the spaceship, and they're living a happy life, But, not everything's meant to be, I guess, unfortunately. But, this was a really good movie, actually. I thought it was decent. It was fun. I had some charming moments and all, and I liked it a lot. Because I do remember loving this movie, and even though I haven't seen it in forever, I do remember parts of it, things that happen in the movie, and I actually do remember liking it, and I think I do still do like it. But maybe if I watch it again, I probably might have a different opinion on it. But I still think it was a solid movie overall. Okay, in terms of the cast did pretty well with what they had to work with. Apparently, Nick is played by I forgot his name. Hold on, right here, bring it up on my tablet. Nick is played by Kelly Kelly Baz. So yeah, and Disney XD fans will probably shoot. I'll pick it up later. So Disney XD fans will most know him as Aaron Stone from the live action series, Disney XD's original series. Aaron Stone, and apparently, he was also in an episode of Zoe 101, from what I understand, and also I think he was. Yeah, I think he was in the movie with Heather Graham. I could be wrong. At least last time I read, or I could be wrong, he was in some kind of movie. I'm looking up right now on Wikipedia. Oh, well, so it looked like he was in a movie called 4 Minute Mile, which has Kim Basinger, Alec Baldwin's ex-wife. He was in a movie called Los Angeles. Sorry, I might type like this. I'm trying to charge my tablet. Yeah, I really like this. More simple. So yeah, it seems like he had like an okay resume. And it seems like he's also a director, writer. Aside from being an actor, he's a director, writer, producer, editor, and musician. Yeah. Actor, director, writer, producer, editor, and musician. And he's 38 years old, and he's married. Cool. So many Evelyn. So yeah, I mostly know him from this, Aaron Stone, and the Zoe 101 episode. And I could be wrong. I think he was in a movie or show or something with Heather Graham, or could be wrong. But wait, I think maybe he dated Heather Graham. I don't know. Let me see. No, not Heather Graham. Blake Lively. I think, yeah, apparently he dated Blake Lively. Oh, I got that all wrong. I was such an idiot. It's not Heather Graham. He was never in a movie with Heather Graham. I don't know. I think I was confusing him with Zac Efron. Oh, I know Zac Efron was in a movie with Heather Graham, so I must have got that confused. Yeah, but I think he dated Blake Lively before, and I know Blake Lively's on the controversy because of the whole "It Ends With Us" drama and stuff like that. The lawsuit with Justin Baldoni. I don't know who to believe, honestly, at this point. It does seem like everything's against Blake Lively, but we don't really know, honestly. But yeah, Kelly Blaze, he has had a successful career by the looks of it. And then we have Joey Paul Ari, who plays Tyler. Now, apparently he's actually younger than I am because he was born in 1994 and I was born in 1991. Yeah, so he's had like an interesting career. He was in the Disney original movie Evelyn High, which has the lovely and beautiful blondie Britt Robinson, and he was in a film called Love, Simon, and Eden, Love, Simon, The Order of Joe Johnson, and some movies. And that's what it. Well, here's a fun thing about him, about Joey Paul Ari. During the filming of the movie, he actually had a growth spurt during the film of the movie. Like the first half of the movie, he sounds different. He sounds like young and such, and then later on in the movie, like, you know, during his growth spurt, he starts to sound different, and he grows taller, actually. And basically on the movie, they use that as an excuse as, like, the aliens, like, basically, like, pretty much age him up. I think the spaceship aged him up and did something to him that made him go older. That's what, you know, I think, you know. You know, like, it aged him up and made him go older. And then basically, in the movie, they explain this, and Nick is basically saying, like, oh, he went through PVD, and the mother's like, oh, my son went through PVD, awesome. Yeah, so that's how I guess that was a clever way how they worked around it, you know. In terms of the other cast members, let's look at the other cast members. So the other cast members is Linda Cass, who plays Robin, the mother. Coda Curtis, who plays Agent Armstrong, who's actually the alien. And a couple others. Now, apparently, fun fact for all you Degrassi fans, do you guys remember the character of Griffin, who was the roommate that Paige, Ellie, and Marco were staying with? Apparently, his actor is actually in this movie. He plays like the bully to Nick's character. And I think he bullies Tyler as well. So yeah, I guess that's something. And also, this movie was actually shot and filmed in New Zealand at Studio West in West Auckland. Wow. And I didn't know that. I saw like a Facebook group post on the Degrassi Facebook group that I didn't know Griffin was in Skyrunners, stuff like that. So I was like, oh man, I didn't know he was in that movie. But hey, you know, I don't think I've seen much Degrassi at that time, you know. But you know, so yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say about this movie. I mean, all other than the fact that it is a fun movie, and apparently it is on DisneyXD if you want to go check it out. It is kind of a real bummer that we never got a sequel, or you know, like a sequel, or was it planned to have a sequel, become a movie franchise, or be a backdoor pilot for a TV series, or was the TV series going to be like a continuation to the movie? We don't know. This is kind of a bummer, you know. This could have been something amazing, you know. This is basically special because it's basically DisneyXD's one and only original movie. The first ever and only original movie. DisneyXD original movie. So yeah, you know, I say, you know, you can give it a shot. If you have Disney Plus and you could check it up, it's on there. And give it a shot. You might like it. You know, I think I might check it out if we get Disney Plus back to relive how some of the great stuff it did. Because I do also gotta forget, the alien designs were actually pretty awesome. They're actually pretty decent, and I like them. So yeah, hope you guys liked this video, and I think that'll be it for now. I'll have more movie reviews coming on in the future soon, and you can be on the lookout for that. So I'll be seeing you guys later. This is Comrade64, signing out. Peace out, guys. Later. Go Skyrunners.